Hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thank you for joining us. So happy to be here with you. Your time and your energy and your presence, it means so much. So my name's Alison and I'm hosting our transformation call this week. And we are in the midst of our spring reset. So we have a 90-day program, which is an ideal trajectory for anyone getting on this superfood lifestyle with us. But what I will talk about a little bit today is what, just a piece of that 90 days looks like that comes in this magic 30-day box, or even if you try something a la carte. What I wanted to focus on today is just kind of fully arriving here together as a group. Thank you for attending. It's great to see your faces and get to meet you over time. If you are not driving and you have the ability, just go ahead and take a moment to take a breath. I know that 10 million things came in front of just getting to this call. At least they did for me. And you want to put your hand on your heart and just close your eyes or however you're most comfortable. Say one nice thing to yourself. Give yourself that gift.
Mom, Mom, watch this.
All right, I'm watching you. Go. So if anyone needed that, I hope that was a good little super boost for you. I'm watching you, buddy. Go, swing. And so what I said to myself in that moment, I've got my 4-year-old Cole over here swinging. I'm watching you. I see you. I can do 10 things at one time. Amazing. Yes, nice bridge. So the gift we can give ourselves is, I think, self-love, self-care, self-belief. But what I wanted to focus our intention of today's call, because we're always here every week to do a nice check-in, a rhythmic pace with each other as we show up as individuals, but we share in community on our experiences and we share in the learning and the wins. And if anything is hard, this is a great place to ask some questions and we will be there with you to support. It's come back to yourself and who are we when we are truly returned to our nature, maybe introduced to the best version of ourselves for the first time, or maybe it's been a long time since we felt like that. So I wanted that to be our topic, our landing place to kind of just springboard off of for this call, because this is what Purium, these superfoods have done for me, and not only me, my family, over the last 2.5 years. It's just been an unforgettable ride thus far, and it's given me really practical logistical tools, meaning healthy food that I can get into my diet, my family's diet in the modern world routinely, easily, with the consistency, so we can really reap the benefits of having full nourishment and the nutrients, the minerals, the energy, the deep sleep, so I've learned so much over this course of time. I've gotten way more than I signed up for in the beginning, that's for sure. And what I just wanted was, I wanted to feel a little bit better. I wanted to perform a little bit better for myself, first and foremost, but to show up more fully. And I can tell you what I've received over these last couple of years is way more than I planned for. And so I wanted to just kick off the call. If anybody wants to jump in and give us a quick share on where they're at currently, and then I'll dial in on a couple of cool looking plants and herbs to just show you a little bit more deeply what we're talking about. But the topic is anything that is really bringing you back to your true nature and what that means for you. And if you want to relate it to a product or an experience or some kind of memory or a returning, please feel free to just jump in and share. And then we'll touch on some other mechanical parts too.
Yay, Allison, I love this topic so much. One of my favorites. And I think you really hit the nail on the head, because that's definitely what this program has done for me, is just bring me back home to myself, to my joy, to my passions, to my athletics. And some of you know my story, but I struggled with chronic pain for over 15 years, trying everything to get back to those passions and joys. And this was the first thing that just all the lights clicked back on, right? My cells just felt alive and vibrant. And I remember, a few days in being like, wow, this is amazing. I feel so alive. And then 1 month in, starting to look and feel more like myself. And then 3 months in, getting back into my athletics. And it was the first time that I felt like myself, literally in 15 years since high school. And I just exhaled, like looked in the mirror and was like, ah, there you are. I remember you. And then it's been 7 years since then, right? So it's been every day just gets better and better. And again, like you said,
A
it's
hazardous driving condition was reported on CA
even,
210E.
oops, not sure what that is. Here we go. I'll help with that. For me, it just gets better and better and deepens. And yeah, nature, these superfoods are so part of nature, but family, community, connection, my little girl, all that really brings me home to myself.
Yay, love that, Rita. Thank you. I heard you talk about a few different times mention returning to your athletics. And what I can say is, I mean, check these guns out. Man, I am many things, but what I've returned to is being an athlete again and an athlete of life. If you are a mom, hats off to you. If you're a parent, if you're a caregiver, if you are an artist, it takes a lot of life force to do what we do. And so if you think about what we're putting into the body, man, that's not only fuel, it's love, right? And then what we share at the dinner table, at the community, at the gym, just in passing, everything for me is an exchange of energy. So Rita, I love that you talk about all the things in your life that light you up. Yeah, community and family, being outdoors, right? Being led back closer to source. That's what this food is. I love it. It comes in, we've got these really cool hemp bamboo compostable packages, right? Which is another reason why I love it, because we're making beautiful food, but we're doing it with high integrity, where we're not taking the planet out as we're doing it. But the vibration of plants, we need that. So the more that I can lead myself back to source, supporting regenerative agriculture, like these are OG original gangster farmers. Christina's one of them. Yeah. And I see your hand up, but we're supporting food that comes from quality soil through hardworking hands with lots of heart, and then made, with innovation. So maybe us in more urban settings can take it in just a little bit easier than getting to that source ourselves right away. And I'm watching my husband walk around, who this is, this giant garden that we've started since, getting more in touch with our food, Purium being a huge piece of that, and then seeing where we could engage more with that in our current life and our settings. So thank you, Rita, for kicking that off for us. Christina, I see your hand. What's up, sister?
Yeah, thanks. So nice to be here with all of you. Familiar faces that I haven't seen in a moment. And I just wanted to speak briefly to this idea of coming home. I am so grateful for living in skin that I'm comfortable living in. I spent my entire childhood with rashes all over my body, bleeding, bloody hands, like doing dishes was painful. Um, I would take a lot of like hydrocortisone, I think it's called, creams, and nothing really helped. And it wasn't until I learned about gut health and nutrition that I finally started to clear up these rashes. And with the Purium lifestyle and adhering to what I know works for me nutritionally, I've been able to maintain a completely rash-free body. And this idea of feeling like I'm really at home it's everything in our skin, because it's literally our house that we're in. And I remember the times, especially right before I found Purium, where I was breaking out in rashes on my face and I just felt old. I was just like, this is it. I'm just going to age from now on. And was not fun. It is not a good feeling. And I just turned 50 and my skin is so soft, like baby butt soft and smooth. I don't wear makeup hardly ever, maybe like 4 times a year. I don't use filters on social media. I feel so comfortable in my skin. And I attribute that to this nutrition and the detoxification and the restored gut health. And I'm so, so grateful.
Thank you, Christina. You're getting a lot of love with emojis on the screen.
I
Thank you.
cooked in. It's supposed to end at 4:20.
You got to figure
Thanks,
it
Krista.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
I ran into a really great friend, and I was just trying to join your meeting for a while.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we're glad that you're here. Welcome. And then, Christina, thank you for that beautiful share, telling us a little bit more about your past, like where you've come from. I mean, I've heard so many heartfelt and heart-wrenching stories of, yeah, pain, of just existing with whatever type of symptoms or conditions. When what I love you speaking to, Christina, is, which, by the way, you're a total babe, for what that's worth. There's a healing that happens. You talked about detoxifying. It's like, for me, everything everyone has a past, whether it was a conscious choice or maybe something we were born into or that was passed to us. That for me, it's everything is healing on the go, meaning I am on the go because I'm living my life. I'm not going to be stuck in this place, because stagnation is where disease sets in. Like, you think of water, a pool of water, that's where it's not moving, but movement is life. And I love how you talked about gut health and the skin issues that you had prior to meeting this nutrition. And it just being a comprehensive system for me, it gave me one less thing that I had to think out and totally recreate the wheel. It's like, oh, you're telling me I can just do this and life's gonna get better and easier. And no, it's like just through the roof. For me, I love beauty and simplicity. I can follow directions. If I think they're good directions, I'll follow them. Yeah, it's good, orderly direction is what we have here. I want to touch on, Christina talked about gut health. We have Biomedic, which is third-party tested by the Detox Project, so clinically trialed. This is not only gut health with a pre and probiotic element, this is removing glyphosate, which, if this is a new topic to you, please reach out to us when we start to wrap this call up, and we'll love to share some resources with you. But this formulation, and I love it, it's plants. It's just plants, right? It's not magic, but it's just plants, which are plants, and our food is medicine. So the formulation binds to the glyphosate inside the gut microbiome and helps leave the body, so the full gut health can come back in, the integrity of the gut lining, and then the body can begin carrying information to itself the way it's supposed to, and we can really absorb in that high quality nutrition that we're taking in. Christina also talked about her skin being beautiful, and I want to touch on our protein source, a big piece of the protein source, these aminos, super amino 23. They're plant-based and they are bioavailable, 99% absorbed, versus an amino or a protein that has to be digested and broken down. Because if you think about the body as a machine, it takes energy to move the machine. And what I love is this is a really great way to bring up the energy and use it very efficiently, because my body doesn't have to spend a ton of energy to break this down. My body is absorbing it. That means I have energy to go run and play with my kids, or to show up for my creative projects, or engage with my husband, these types of things that life calls for. Everything is energy. So these also improve skin elasticity, and that is tightness of skin. So we can do all these external treatments that a lot of the modern day is pushing out to the public, a lot towards women, or we can do it from the inside, because you got to eat anyways. What if what you were eating was actually helping the beauty, which beauty comes from within and actually goes out? So it's a different approach to food, health, beauty, the healing system, all these really vital components of living that I loved hearing your share, Christina. So go ahead. Anybody else throw up a hand if you like. Or jump off of mute because it's sunny and sometimes I can't see.
I'll go real quick.
Sure.
Hey everyone, I'm Chad. Thanks for inviting me, Allison. Appreciate being on and seeing everybody. Topic of like rediscovering. Once I don't know about rediscovery, but discovery. I discovered, in the journey that started with Allison, and I quickly started engaging. I discovered things about myself that I never did before. Like I never was interested in growing our own food. I was never interested in organic stuff. It wasn't that I wasn't interested. Like it just had never really crossed my radar. And so learning about this stuff and being like, whoa, like literally sometimes just having to stop and do a double take, like say, what is glyphosate? What is this stuff? Like, are you sure? Like, wait, they spray this on what? And we and all that, like just and all kinds of stuff, little things like that. Like glyphosate's a big one. Especially in the news now, it's all over the place with the Supreme Court and everything else. Like, but there's tons of other little things along the way. Like, wait, the system, I can buy stuff from South America for cheaper than I can from a guy 20 miles away. The whole food system and just things like that. It's wild. So I've discovered all this stuff about me that I never knew I was interested in. Learning about this stuff. So I appreciate the Purium journey so far, and thank you for inviting me, Alison.
Thanks, Chad. Yeah, I love how all of this can lead us to deeper levels of learning. It has for me, and to deeper levels of discovering ourselves, right? And hopefully that is a unending journey of growing. I hope to have a long, healthy life and share it with people who really value our time here together. And I see Rebecca's hand up. What's up, Rebecca? Thanks for jumping on.
Hey, Allison, thanks for hosting. Yeah, so I mean, much like Christina and the beginnings of you guys in your garden, I grow food this way. Lots of it. I have lots of people to feed, but you know what? When I get out there in the garden and I work hard and I get sweaty and tired and dirty and the whole bit, what do? I come in and I grab Purium. It's my fuel because it just complements everything I do. But contrary to what I do out there, it's convenience. Convenience, everything we do in this life is surrounding greater and greater convenience, be it for the better or in a lot of cases for the worse. But this is a for the better convenience. I can't think of anything easier or more just nutrient dense than just grabbing the different Purium Superfoods multiple times a day. It takes just seconds and it gives me exactly what I need so I can keep doing this beautiful life. And it's so in harmony with what I'm all about. So I'm so grateful that I found it 5.5 years ago and that I get to raise this next generation on it, and my grandchildren are on it too. So it really makes a difference. And I think it's really exciting as a mother to know that we can do this well by our children. And we have, I've been working so hard today because my grandma is coming into town, and I said, I'm a grandma. So this is exciting. This whole generational thing is landing for me right now because my grandchildren get to meet their grandma's grandma over this weekend. So Purium's going to play a part for us for a long time, as is getting our hands in our own soil. But like you said, we need some food equity and equality for people in the urban areas, people who don't have their hands in the soil. So thank you for raising a voice for that and for being on this journey.
Thanks, Rebecca. Beautiful share. I like how you're talking about generations and legacy, because it's all about not only what we're doing right now, where we come from, of course, but we have the ability to be able to change and update systems and make them healthier and more sustainable for the people coming behind us. Robert, what's up?
Hey, Allison and everyone. Thank you for having me and for everyone coming. I have been with Purium for over 5 years, and yeah, this theme of coming home to our true nature, I believe, was the initial prompt. What I've realized most over these years is this is just, it makes sense. We're eating real food, like what we're supposed to be eating. It just happens to be juiced and dehydrated, made into powder, which is actually amazing because then it has this 2 year shelf life as well. And it is very convenient and very nutrient dense because of the soil, and it's vine ripened. Everything's vine ripened, and all the love poured into it, and everything's like that's nature. It's what we're supposed to be consuming. So I grew up as an athlete playing basketball, and I had a lot of energy, but I ate a standard American diet. And when I tried Purium, it was definitely the first time that my cells ever had like real, living, organic, nutrient dense, mineral rich food. Because even when I started to eat organic and regenerative are different. Regenerative is really, um, making sure that the soil is providing us with what we need. And that is exactly what has happened for me. And I'm super excited to just continue flooding my body and sharing about this, dare I say, medicine and nutrition and lifestyle, and all of it, this family, this community. Love you all. Thank you. Peace.
Love you, Robert. Thank you for that share. I mean, you kind of came out the gate with leading with love, and that for me, this is another expression of love. It's a global organization because we support farmers all over the world. I like how you talked about the distinction between organic and regenerative. Written about regenerative, but and all it takes is really just listening, right? Like when we listen, we open to new information. I learn so much that I can actually help myself and help others. So regenerative agriculture is putting back into the planet, because if you think about it, there's many components, but there's biodiversity, there's the soil health, but when you take something out, like a bank or an investment, if you take it out and you don't ever put anything back in it, like take a nutrition out of the planet, it will get depleted eventually, right? So think of the reserves. How are we replenishing? How is this a reciprocal relationship where both sides or all sides are caring for each other? So I'm hearing the words like harmony and love. And for me, yeah, I started the quality of our love that we can give will only be as great as the quality of the love that we can give ourselves, and then transfer that outward. So we do it in community. We do it on our own. And then when we link all these lights up together, it's a pretty powerful force. So thank you all for sharing from your hearts with me. I really appreciate this call where we can all see each other and hear each other, because it's a pretty loud world out there. And then we take what we learn and then we go out there and we implement it and then return to the well and replenish. So it's superfoods. It's a lifestyle thing for me. I'll be a lifer because I love where I'm going with this. I don't know if Rita, you have that quiz, if you want to throw it in the chat. We do have a quick quiz for anyone who's new, if it helps someone kind of figure out what type of direction they want to go with introducing these superfoods into their lifestyle. And if there are any questions, that now is a great time. Feel free to just jump off of mute and let us know. And if there aren't any questions, I would love to thank you from the bottom of my heart for showing up to give your time and your energy to this call. It means a lot. And I love the mission. I love the purpose in all of this. And thank you. We'll see you guys next week.